been quite a week, hasn't it? It's only Wednesday and it's been quite a week. I'm sure, like me, you all are exhausted, you all are drained, you all are worried for our country. I know I am. I have never been as worried about our country as I am right now. So I just wanted to share a few of my thoughts. You know, I got a lot of them. You know, I could talk for hours. But, you know, tonight I have so many friends who are in law enforcement. I'm proud that I have so many friends in law enforcement, many that I've met because of this career, many that I've met going to law enforcement functions and sadly going to a lot of events in honor of fallen officers. So I know many of them. I know their wives. I know their husbands. I know their kids. I know their parents. I know their families. And I just felt the need to just jump on here and do a live. In fact, I have a really close friend, a college friend actually, whose husband is an officer with the sheriff's department, CHP, and she's pregnant right now, and newly pregnant, and her husband is out right now in California, dealing with the rioters and the protesters and the looters, and I can't imagine what she must be feeling right now. I know she's terrified. I know that she's worried, you know, that he's going to be put in harm's way just for being out there doing his job. And I know so many of you out there, so many of my fans and followers are either in law enforcement or you have family members or close friends in law enforcement. And I know that it's just gut-wrenching what's going on right now. And I know a lot of you feel like you really can't say anything. And that's this, you know, really to me, that's one of the things that bothers me most is that if you support law enforcement, especially if you have law enforcement in your family or you are law enforcement, you're not allowed to say anything. You're not allowed to say, hey, my husband, my wife, my dad, my brother, my sister is out there. You're not allowed to voice that opinion because as soon as you do, you're told that you're a racist or you don't care about black lives or you're a bigot or you're intolerant or you just don't understand. And, you know, talking about just not understanding, there are so many people who don't understand what it's like to be a family member or a friend or a law enforcement officer. There's so many people that just don't understand what that must be like to have to say goodbye to your loved one each and every day, knowing that they're going out there. And every day it's difficult. But right now, knowing all the hatred and all the rage that's out there, knowing that at any moment they could have a brick thrown their way, they could have a bullet, they could have a knife come at them, you just don't know. And then also thinking that, hey, if they do have something like that coming at them and they have to defend themselves, then they're going to be videotaped and they're going to be the next person demonized just for doing their job, not for acting inappropriately, but just for defending themselves and their partners and doing their job. I can't imagine what it's like to be a wife of an officer, a husband of an officer, a mom of an officer, a dad of an officer, a sister, a brother, a child. I just can't imagine. And a lot of people wonder why I love law enforcement so much. I don't come from a law enforcement family. I have a lot of friends in law enforcement, but I don't come from a family of law enforcement. So if you're wondering why I love and support law enforcement so much, is because I was raised to support and to appreciate people who stand in the gap for me, who go out there and put their lives on the line for me. I was raised that way. I was raised to have a respect for authority. I was raised to do the right thing. I was raised to respect those who are brave enough to be part of the solution and not part of the problem. And those people come in every race, gender, ethnicity, every sexual orientation, every background, every political affiliation. Those people that are willing to sacrifice come in every color, shape, size, you name it. And I respect and I support those people. It's not a race thing for me. Never has been. I know a lot of people would like to make it seem that way because it's very convenient to push people like me off and say, well, she just cares about white people. No. I care about anybody who's going to go out there and put their life on the line for me, for you, for their community, not knowing if they're going to come home to their families each and every night because that's a reality of their job. And they do it for really shitty hours, really shitty pay. They do it for little respect and appreciation. And as you're seeing right now, hell, they can't even go out and do their jobs without being absolutely crapped on. So for those who are really triggered by my support for law enforcement, I'm really deeply saddened by the fact that people who support law enforcement have to feel like they have to shut up right now. You know me, I ain't never going to shut up. Ain't in my DNA, ain't in my body to shut up. I won't. But there are so many people out there who aren't like me, who don't have, you know, the Teflon skin that I have, that are terrified right now to just say, hey, I support law enforcement. I respect them. I know that there are bad apples. I know that there are bad people out there, just like there are in any profession. I acknowledge that. But damn, I support the good men and women out there that make up the majority of the force. And damn, I have their back. that has become a controversial thing to say in this country, especially amongst young people. I think that's the most frustrating thing to me. I'm 27 years old, guys. I know there are a lot of people my age, a few years older, a few years younger, especially a few years younger, and those that are in high school, college right now, who have been brainwashed to believe that you can't support law enforcement, or somehow a support for law enforcement is a support for oppression. Where are these kids getting this? Where are they believing this? Where are they getting this misinformation? I know a lot of them from their liberal professors and the indoctrination. They want to be keyboard warriors, social justice warriors, but I tell you this about those people. They'll be the first ones that'll call the police the moment they're in a jam. They'll be the first ones that'll call the police the moment that they feel uncomfortable, unsafe, in danger. They'll be the first ones that'll be reaching out. Who's going to save me? Who's going to save me? Well, I ask you this. Next time you're in trouble, next time something happens to you, your car gets broken into, your home gets broken into, you get mugged, you feel unsafe, there's someone outside your doorstep who's terrifying you, who are you going to call? You going to call a protester? I don't think so. I think you're going to call the police, and you're going to have that faith that that officer is going to show up and is going to protect and defend you. And no, not every officer is great, but by and large, they're great people. I ask you to think about it critically. Do you think somebody would sign up to put their life on the line for an average of about $55,000 a year? Crappy hours, no appreciation, little money. Do you really think that they would sign up for that just because they wanted to go out there and satisfy their pent-up racism? Critical thinking skills here. Do you guys really think that? All you people out there who think that officers are inherently racist or awful, do you really think that? Do you really think that they would sign up for that job and do that every single day and put their life on the line every single day for people they don't know because they wanted to satisfy a pent-up racism? Do you really think that's a line of work they would have gone into if that were the case? I'm not saying there aren't people out there that F up. I'm not saying there are officers out there that don't do the wrong thing. There are. Some intentionally, some unintentionally. I'm just saying think critically about these things. Think critically about the facts. I know it's an emotional time. It's really easy to let your emotions get the best of you. It's really easy to have this us versus them mentality and to feel this race war inside of you. But there's a lot of people that are going to benefit from that race war. It ain't me. It ain't conservatives. It ain't people that love and believe in this country. We don't benefit from a race war. We don't. We don't benefit from division. We benefit from unity. We benefit from everybody going out there working hard, doing their best, fighting for this country, believing in this country. That's what people like me benefit from. Trust me. But there are people out there that really benefit from division, especially on election day. I also ask you to think critically. 4 years ago, we had the Dallas massacre. We also had mass protests around this country because of Alton Sterling and others. And that was funny, summer before an election. Now the media is stoking these flames this summer before an election. Think about it. Think critically. I don't want you to be a sheep. You don't need to agree with me. You don't need to love law enforcement like I love law enforcement. But I just ask you to think critically. And I ask of you, I've said this so many times on my social media, but I ask you, if you believe something and you want to post it, do it. By all means, even if I hate it, even if I disagree with it, even if you're my friend and you post it, I ain't going to hate you for it. I'm not even going to unfollow you for it. I would just ask you that if you are going to post those things, just believe it, just mean it, just know what you're posting, know what you're about. Don't just do it because you feel like you got to be part of something, part of a movement, part of a trend, and then go back to posting your dumbass TikTok videos 5 minutes later. Just be about it. Be about it or just shut up, quite frankly. If you don't have an opinion, you don't need to voice one. If all this stuff you don't understand and it doesn't mean much to you, just shut up. Just shut up. You don't need to say something and be disingenuous just to get a social media like or a point or have your friends go, oh, they're one of us. You don't need that. Conservatives, liberals, all of us. We don't need that. Just be yourself. Just be fucking authentic. Just be authentic. Excuse my language. Be authentic. That's all I ask, and not for me, not for my sake. I don't know you. For your sake. Just believe in something and believe it with your whole heart and know it and research it and be passionate about it. Because I think you guys know if you follow me, I'm passionate about every dang thing I say that comes out of my mouth. I mean it. I believe it. I follow it. I research it. I care about it. It hits me deep in my soul. And that's why I love law enforcement so much. And I never will apologize for it. I love you all. I love our country. I want to see it do well. I want to see us come together. Damn, we're just getting on the tail end of this coronavirus thing. When we have a chance to actually go out and be together again and to be near each other and to associate with one another again. Why are we effing it up? Why are we effing it up with this? Why are we doing this with this race war and this division and this, you're a racist, you're a bigot, you're intolerant, you don't care about lives, you care about these lives and not that life. Why are we doing this? This should be a time in our country where we come together and say, you know what, coronavirus is over. It's about over. It's on its tail end. We're reopening. Businesses are being able to bring back their employees. People are going to have jobs again. By goodness, things are going well for us. Let's celebrate in that. Let's come together. Let's hold hands. Let's be 3 feet apart instead of 6 feet apart and say, damn, I love you, brother. I love you, sister. I love you, American people. I want to be with you again. I want to reopen. I want to get back to work. I want to make this economy better than it's ever been. Let's do that. Let's unite in that message. You know, I have a friend, Maj Toure, Black Guns Matter, who says media, it stands for most effective devil in America. And he's right on. He is. And I can say that as a member of the media. I can say that there's a lot of media out there who really wants us to be divided, who really wants us to hate each other, who really gets a kick out of it. I don't. And I know there's so many people in the news media that don't either. Good people out there. I know you all are good people. I believe our country is made up of mostly good people. Let's find those people. Let's be those people. And let's be honest and authentic and genuine. That's all I ask. God bless you all. I love you very, very much. And it means a lot to me that you follow me. It means a lot to me you giving me your support. It means a lot to me that a lot of you are using my voice as your voice because you feel like you don't have one. I encourage you to find yours. But until then, I'm happy to be it. God bless you all. I love you all. Thinking about you all. Praying for you all. Praying for our country. We've got too good of a country to let it go by the wayside, so let's keep fighting for it. God bless you all. Have a great night. Happy Wednesday. We'll get through it.